have your early conversations been like with Mike Leone, getting to know him and getting a foundation in place for next season?
I mean, this has been this basically the last four days. Even though he arrived a little bit later, it's a perfect opportunity for us to meet in person and get to know at least a little bit one another prior the prospect camp and our upcoming season. And so it has a good purpose for us in that regard.
Had you crossed paths with him before? Had you ever spoken to him or?
No, never had the opportunity. And when Leo got hired, we just connected on the phone. We introduced one another, and then we basically started talking about some players that we have in Rochester. I gave him some detailed info regarding basically all of our forwards that we dealt with last year, and we may be dealing with in upcoming season.
What are your first impressions of Consta, seeing him up close on the ice now a few days?
Who?
Consta, the first round pick?
Oh, you mean Hellenius?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Well, yeah. The first thing that stands out is the hockey sense, because it's when you see him in especially with the small area games, you can really see that he's got above average hockey sense compared to some of these players that we have on the ice right now, and it's a credit to him. That's why probably he got drafted where he got drafted, but it's let's be fair to all the players out there, because some of them have not been on the ice for some time, and he just went through the draft, and it's just I guess for them and even for him, it's the perfect opportunity to come here, see the surroundings, and once he shows up for the prospect camp or the main training camp, then he'll know what he's going into.
Where did you see growth in Victor Neuchev's game last year? What's next for him?
Well, the growth in him is basically how he went from I don't want to say spoiled little rat that didn't want to work to a guy who was basically competing his nuts off in a practice and away from the ice, in the gym, in the shooting area. So he made a tremendous strides throughout the season, and it showed in his play, in his ice time, and he looks great. He looks great out there. You can clearly see that he's above some of the players that there are on the ice right now, and I fully expect him to play a larger role with us in his second season, and hopefully the second season is not going to jinx him.
The standard, obviously, in pro hockey increases for a guy like that. How important is it to have a culture in place where he looks around the room and everybody's working hard, and you've got guys like Jiri and Isak who have been there for already a year, and
Yeah.
working is not a problem.
Well, sometimes it's a wake-up call for some of these kids, because they believe that when they get drafted, and all of a sudden, oh my God, here I come, and just they come in and think it's gonna be easy. No, it's just a start, and even some of the high picks don't really materialize. They don't make it. So you wanna install the good work ethic. You wanna bring in the good character players, people, and also on the other hand have a good leadership group within the team to kind of steer them in the right direction. And if the player is smart, and if he wants to play, if he wants to be like some of the leaders that you have on the team, to have that ice time, to have the opportunity to go out there in important minutes of the hockey game, then you should do all the little things and be like a sponge in the locker room or around the coaches, and believe that the people around you trying to help you.
Jiri Kulich is going to have a chance to make this club in September. We know he can score in the AHL. What's it going to take for him to translate that game to the NHL?
To do it every night. He's got to learn how to be more consistent. He's a great kid. He's a great player at that level, but he needs to remain and being consistent. He needs to tear up the league a little bit down there and show that he's an NHL hockey player. I mean, he's got great skating ability. He's got great shot. It's just that there cannot be dips in his play. He made, again, I was talking about Neutsch and his strides. Cooley made a tremendous strides in his two-way game. When he was not scoring, he was doing all the little things, even on the D side, and that's a credit to him. He can also improve the face-offs and maybe become a penalty killer, stuff like that. Be more well-rounded player, but he's definitely on the right path. And is he an NHL player right now? I don't know. So maybe he'll come in here and tear it apart, and he'll grab a spot. I don't know.
Do you think he's played center at the AHL level? Do you think he translates in the NHL as a center, or do you think he probably starts out on the wing?
Well, the best thing for him would be that he can play both positions. Be a little bit more versatile, give the coaches opportunity to play him at center or to play him on the wing, be able to play both positions on the offensively and defensively. So where I see him personally, I see him at center. That's why I want him to improve the face-offs. That's why, because I think on the wall he's a little bit stuck, but that's just my opinion, and I'm just a little assistant coach in Rochester. But that's how I see him. I see him as a center.
As a guy with as much NHL experience as you have, what's the most important thing for you to kind of share with all the players of this camp that they need to know to be able to advance in the sport?
That it doesn't come for free, and they have to stay patient, because sometimes it takes a long time to make it. As I talk about, some guys don't make it, some guys make it, and you don't want to be the guy who just has a cup of coffee up at the highest level. So you want to make sure that when you get the opportunity, you're ready, and you need to have the mindset and the compete level and the character to go out there and know what you want from life and from hockey, and you got to steal somebody's job. So it's just be patient and do everything that you can. So one day when you're older, you know that when the golden train went by you, you jumped on it and you don't let go. All right? All right, great. See you guys.